My name is Kevin Martin. I'm here with Jennifer Phillips-Russo with our weekly update from the Lake Erie Regional Grape Program. We wanted to share with you some information about our upcoming grower conference that will be on March 19th. And Jennifer, is there something from the agenda that you wanted to sort of highlight as a preview?
Well, first and foremost, I know what's on everybody's brain is how many credits are there going to be available. And this year for New York State, we have 3.5 pesticide credits for recertification that are available. So then for Pennsylvania, that would be 7 credits. So excited about that.
Yes.
And very diverse topics and speakers this year, starting off with labor issues, the all-important labor issues. We have Richard Stepp coming in from Cornell University to talk first thing. I believe he's on the agenda for 8:30 in the morning.
The trade show and registration will be open at 7:30. And as Jen said, our first talk will be at 8:30 with Dr. Richard Stepp from Cornell University. He's going to be talking a lot about changes, I think, in labor regulation and how that has affected some of the trends in labor. I'll be after that, and I'll actually be talking about more general trends in terms of labor cost and supply in our region. Obviously, that's impacted by some of the changes in regulations, but we're seeing some general trends above and beyond what's going on with regulatory issues, and we're going to talk a little bit about what those costs are, how they break down, and how you can influence them. What's up after that?
Well, after you guys talk about labor, then we're going to start rolling into some of the pesticide credits. So Greg Loeb will be here, and he's going to talk about his work with vectors and sour rot. So really kind of focusing a little bit more on vinifera with that talk coming up. And then really excited to announce the next thing, because I've been in on this project of the development of a new viticultural tool that's coming out of the Efficient Vineyard Project. So come and see what that's all about. Then we're going to have a little bit of a break. After that, we're going to go into some spray programs, starting with Brian Head. He's going to talk about some resistant sprays that he's been using for managing fungicide resistance. And our own Andy Musa will be talking about 2EEs. What else? Oh, spotted lanternfly. He's going to be talking about spotted lanternfly, basically a history about it, followed by Mr. Eric Clifton, who has been doing research with using fungal pathogens to kind of control the spotted lanternfly down the quarantine zone in southeast Pennsylvania. So I'm excited to see the culmination of his research, 2 seasons worth of data. So then lunch.
All right.
Lunch and more trade show.
We have a good trade show set up this year. We have some new vendors, so hopefully you'll see some interesting things there as well. And then following lunch, we're back to some curriculum with even more credits.
Yeah, even more. We are actually introducing the 2 new professors that we have on staff coming into Cornell University. One is Lynn Sinoski, and she's also doing some weed management strategies for you. And then we have Katie Gold, who's going to be talking about her hyperspectral work that she's doing. And I believe she's even working with Justine Van de Heuvel on some projects as well that we may hear about. So then after that, we're going to hear from Lance Cadle-Davidson, who's on the Vitus 2 project, which is federally funded, and I'm just going to read to you what he has here because a lot of it is above my head. So it's Lance will talk about how Vitus Gen 2 project identifies and addresses threats from disease and insect pests. So the program's development of novel methods to improve resistance to these pests and disease and improve production efficiency and profitability long term throughout the table grape, raisin, and wine industry. Then we go on to our Mr. Jason Londo, USDA scientist, who's doing some really great work in climate change and bud hardiness, so don't miss that talk. Followed up by our own Terry Bates, who's going to be talking about understanding your soil and petiole tests and what that means, being able to read them. And then that's the end of our day, so it's pretty well rounded.
Yeah, we've done a lot to make sure this is an agenda that our growers have been looking for in terms of content. So please come, and we think that it will be a good benefit to you in terms of improving your operation. But if none of that interests you, please come for the credits or the cookies, because all of that will be there as well. Please take a second to make sure that you register on our website, and you can find that on our main website, and we will include a link down below for that registration information. And if you have further questions, that is also where you would comment or give us a call.
We are actually also going to have a table set up here at the Growers Conference for any of our growers or industry representatives or any industry stakeholder who wants to write a letter in concern for the vacancy of Tim Weigel's position with our team. So I'm not sure if any of you are aware that Tim Weigel actually retired in November of 2019, so there's a vacancy on the LERGP team, and we, Kevin and I and Andy Muser, are going to do the best we can to help out with what Tim did, but no one can replace Tim completely until we get somebody to fill that position. But apparently there's not a lot of money right there right now, so what they're looking for is grower and industry stakeholders to voice how much this position is needed in our area and what it has done for you, and your concerns for the future if that position is not there. We will have a table. You can write your letters right there, and then you can leave your letter and we will mail it off to all the decision makers. So a one-stop shop to help on the campaign to fill the position for IPM in the Lake Erie region.
So that will be part of the trade show. Again, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact us. And other than that, we will see you next week. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, take care.